Everybody, so this is a bit of an interesting video. So what you're going to be seeing here is a comparison, a simple comparison really, a walkthrough of Watch Dogs Legion versus Cyberpunk 2077. So it's London versus Night City, and versus, I don't really like using this because these two games have got quite a lot in common. You may well have seen my video where I pose a question: if you've played and liked Cyberpunk 2077, will you like Watch Dogs Legion? And I think the answer to that is, I think you will. Now, I'm not arguing that Watch Dogs Legion is a great game. I think at best it could be described as a good game. I know lots of people consider Watch Dogs 2 to be better, but I guess what's special for me about Watch Dogs Legion is, this is London. This is the capital city of the country that I am from, and having visited London many, many times, it's fascinating to walk around the streets of London and recognise famous landmarks, as millions of people will do, and soak up this atmosphere. Now, Night City, in my opinion, from update 1.5 anyway, when I picked up Cyberpunk on PC and on next-gen Xbox, I think Night City is a work of art. I think just wandering around this city, with the ambient noises, the people, the architecture and the vehicles is fantastic. I mean, it's not perfect. There could be a lot more going on. I don't like the fact that we've got things like NPCs get doubled up wearing the same costumes, and there could be a lot more interactions between the NPCs as they're going about their day. And undoubtedly CD Projekt Red would have wanted to put that in if they'd had enough time to do it. And in fact, in Watch Dogs Legion, there is a lot more of that. People are interacting with the police a lot more. Things happen, accidents happen, and things like that. But I would say that Watch Dogs Legion is still a valid open world experience for those who enjoy this sort of thing. If you enjoy, for example, doing a little bit of role play when you're driving, like how in Cyberpunk 2077, you can pretty much do what you want as you're driving around. You can speed, you can go through red lights, you can go down one-way streets the wrong way. We can do that in Watch Dogs Legion as well. But I think the game is vastly improved when you don't do that. Now, I'm not saying you should be following the highway code, to the letter and stopping at every single red light. But not if you don't go mad and you just drive with the traffic, or maybe you do the odd overtake every now and again. Both games feel a lot better. So when we're comparing these two, I think the answer has to be that Night City is a better work of art than the London of Watch Dogs Legion. But that doesn't get rid of the fact that the London of Watch Dogs Legion is definitely worth experiencing. So, as I've said in my videos, I think if you've played and you've enjoyed Cyberpunk 2077, especially the open world side of it, then you should definitely check out this. And although this London, I mean, saying that, when you jump on one of the big drones in Legion and you get up above the houses and the buildings, remember, London isn't as high as Night City, and you're just flying along, the level of detail is unbelievable. You might not be able to get inside lots of buildings like you can in a fair view of the Cyberpunk 2077 buildings, mainly in Legion. When you're going inside somewhere, it's because there's a mission to do and there's something to do. Whereas I feel there's more interior spaces, not necessarily going inside buildings, but there's more interior spaces in Night City and Cyberpunk. But there is an awful lot of detail to this, and at times it can be very beautiful, and at times it's very dark and dingy. And I think both games really shine, although that's a little bit of a contradiction. They really shine at night. When you've got the neon colours, and maybe it's raining, and you get the wet concrete and the wet cement reflecting things. So, comparing these games, it's not a completely fair comparison, because Legion, I guess, is Legion a little bit older as well, I'm not quite sure. But they're both valid open world experiences. And I think if you like one, you should definitely check out the other. And I think as a whole, having both of these titles available to us as video gamers is a very positive thing, and we would be poorer without them. Anyway, what do you think? Put your questions and comments down below, and I will of course see you again soon.